Hello guys, welcome to wofoytv live stream. Today I'm coming again at night. If you come in, please share the live videos on your timeline, share it in your groups, so that your friends can also enjoy it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining today. Whatever the time is at your place, good day, or is it good night or good morning, whatever it is. Accept my greetings, okay? But when you join in later, then you can also watch this video. But guys, today I just wanted to give you all an overview of the DV 2024. I'm just going to give you an overview of the DV 2024 since the official instructions has been published. So I'm going to give you an overview and I will make a proper video, okay? But this is just an overview because many of you have been inboxing me, sending me messages like, how can I apply? What do I need to do? And all of that. So I just wanted to give y'all like a rundown, like just tell you the checklist things that are going to be on the application, all right? But guys, when you come in, please share the live video, share with your friends, share on your timeline, okay? Send stars, click the like, react, okay? It doesn't cost nothing for you to react. But thank you so much for joining me. Guys, as we all may know, if you didn't know, the DV 2024 is going to open on a week from today. Can you believe it? A week from today. A week from today, the registration is going to open and it's going to run through November 8th. So I'm going to talk to you about the things that are going to appear on the form and just a little small, like a little bit of explanation, but I'm not going to talk too deep, okay? So on the DV lottery registration application form, it is electronic. You cannot download it as a PDF and bring it home, okay? It is electronic. We will go to the State Department website, which is dvprogram.state.gov. Let me type the link here, okay? dvprogram.state.gov. All right. Let me see if I can pin this down. Okay, so that's the website that we'll be going to. Okay, so write it down. Those of you who don't know it, because you will come back and ask me tomorrow, is this website? Don't go there right now looking for anything, because you will not find the actual registration link. When you go there, you cannot begin. It's like some of you are rushing, just get the website name and put it there. I said registration is going to open on the 5th of October, which is exactly a week from today. Today is Wednesday, right? Today is Wednesday over here. So next week, Wednesday, will be the opening of the DV 2024 registration. So as we have talked about this, about your photograph, make sure you get your photograph. But I'm going to talk to you about, rundown of the things that are going to be on the application. The first thing is going to be your name. As those of you who were here for the last live video, I talked about the name, okay? Your name, those of you who have passports, just look inside your passport. The way your name is arranged, use the same arrangement, okay? If your name has the surname, use the surname as the last name, and then that's how you fill it. If your passport doesn't use middle name, if it doesn't have the word middle name there, please don't go and stress yourself and put middle name anywhere, okay? So the first thing is going to be your name. You need to type your name the way it appears in your passport. Those of you who have passports. If you don't have passport, then look on your birth certificate. I know that it is normal for some people in some African countries. People will call you by people will use your surname first, and then they use your first name last. Like me, people will call me Ifa Ikia instead of saying Ikia Ifa, or they will say Ifa Phyllis instead of saying Phyllis Ifa. All right. If your name is arranged like that, you know what your last name is. Last name is your family name, the name that you inherit from your parents or your grandparents or wherever you inherited that name from. That is the last name or surname. So on the application, just be mindful of that. Don't go and misarrange things. If you misarrange things, you will now be, having your name disorganized. I beg. All right. Then the next thing, number 2, is going to be your date of birth. Your date of birth. Wait, sorry. Before we get there, that's number 3. Number 2 is going to be your gender. Okay? The gender, there are only 2 options. It's either you are a male or female. You have just 2 options. This is not for discussion. This is not up for debate. This is not up for any public voting and what. 2 options. You choose one. If you don't choose one, you will not move forward. The third item will be your date of birth. Okay? Make sure that your date of birth is consistent with every document that you have. Don't go and put a different date of birth if you are not sure. If you are not sure of your date of birth, go and look for it. You already have time. I've been yelling and screaming on top of my voice, telling you to prepare. So you still have time. We still have about 1 week. Go and look for your birth certificate where it gives you your date of birth. So when you're filling the form, it will go in this format: the day, the month, and the year. So let's say you were born January 18th, 2001. It will be 18 January. It will be 01 or the January, and then 2001. Please don't type apostrophe 01 or apostrophe 85 or apostrophe 82. Please, you have to type the whole year there. If 1992, type 1992. 1972, type 1972. Please don't go and be playing with your age. Because if you give the wrong age, when you get selected and you're going to fill your DS260, you will need that information. You will need your date of birth, just like you put on the application. Some people have made those mistakes before. When they were typing their date of birth, they were not paying attention. So they arranged their name, their date of birth in the wrong way. They misarranged their name, their date of birth. And so when they won the lottery and you want to go and open your DS260, guess what? It will ask you to put your date of birth. So if you put the wrong date of birth there, let's say you were born January 11, 2001, and you put November, the 11, you thought that, 11/1/2001, you switch it, then now it has become November 1st, 2001. And then when you go to, after you have been selected, you go to unlock your DS260 so that you can begin the application. It will keep telling you that you have entered the wrong information. And you will keep telling yourself, no, I know my date of birth. Why is the thing telling me wrong? Because on the entry, you put the wrong information there. So the computer is still holding that information you typed. So guys, be very mindful. When you're typing your information on the registration form, know that, let me try to explain this in basic terms, okay? Think of the computer as having empty head, nothing in the computer's brain. Before you fill the form, the computer doesn't know you. I'm talking about just this application, this form. The form doesn't know you. So when you type information, then the form starts getting that information and storing it inside his brain. When you win, now you will have to use your information to double check. So when you enter, after you have been selected and you go to enter your information, the computer will now be pulling the information that you gave it to it during the registration and say, no, I don't know this person. You will keep typing, you will type your name, but if you give the wrong date of birth, the computer will be like, no, I don't remember. And it is not going to tell you what you typed. So know that if you type the wrong information, it will be difficult for you to get it back. Nobody is going to help you get it back. The computer will not tell you that, oh, you made a mistake. Oh, instead of January 11, you put it in November. It will not tell you. So you will never know. So just be mindful when you are typing your information. Be patient and do it the right way. Okay? The next one is going to be your place of birth. The place of birth, last time we talked about it. I know a lot of people are getting confused with city or town of birth. Please, it is just a place. When they say a place, we are talking about a geographic location, like a government, a political boundary, okay? Like a town. The town of Accra, the town of Nairobi, the town of Chiberiate, Konongo. It doesn't mean that it is a big town. That word is just there. Please, don't think too much, okay? Don't overstress yourself. When you look on your birth certificate, it tells the place that you were born. Type that, please. Please, it's not about the hospital. I beg, don't put your hospital, okay? Don't put the hospital you were born in. No, the town or the city or the village. Just put that name there, all right? And then it's going to ask you the country of birth. What country were you born in? Be honest. If you are, say, a Kenyan who may now have a citizenship of UK, still your place of birth is Kenya. Like me, a Ghanaian, if I had the citizenship of, say, Spain, right, and I go to apply and they ask me the country of birth, my country of birth is still Ghana. So when they ask you for your country of birth, please be honest about that. Don't go and say that, oh, now that I have Italian citizenship, let me say it. No. You will give yourself problems. I beg. The country that you were born in. Those of you from South Sudan, or if you come from the Eswatini, if you come from South Sudan or Eswatini, all right? And I don't know of any other countries, but if it applies to you, please hear me out. So some of you, your country name has changed. So those of you from South Sudan, the time that you were born, that place was called Sudan. Now it is now South Sudan. When you're filling your entry application, your green card lottery registration, please put the current name of the place. So if, say, 5 years ago, the country that you were born in was called Sudan, now the name has changed to be South Sudan. When you're filling the green card lottery, don't, even though on your birth certificate it says Sudan, you are going to put South Sudan. Those of you from Eswatini, so Eswatini used to be called Swaziland. Now, that place, the name has changed to Eswatini. Even though on your birth certificate, it may say Swaziland. When you're filling the green card lottery registration form, you don't need to use Swaziland. You have to use what? Eswatini. Use the current name. So those of you who live in places or who are from countries whose names have changed, you have to use the current name, not the name that was there before. If then times that place used to be called a different name, now the name has changed. When you're filling the entry, you have to use the current name, the present name. Okay? If you were born in a city and the city name has changed, I'm sure the same thing might apply. Okay? But this was specifically, they specify for people who come from countries that the names have changed. And I know in Africa, I know for South Sudan, I know of Eswatini. I'm not sure if Western Sahara is one of them, but I know of these two countries. So if where you were born, the country name has changed, then you have to take the current name, the name that is presently being used. Okay? The next thing that we'll talk about is country of eligibility. Okay? Many of you come from countries that qualify. So when you're filling the green card lottery registration, it will ask you your country of eligibility. Is it the country that you were born in? You will choose yes or no. Let's say you are from Kenya. When you're filling the green card lottery and you are using your country Kenya as your eligibility, then when they ask you that question, you have to put yes, and then you are done with that question. But let's say you are from Nigeria and you are married to somebody from another country, that qualifies, okay? Because now we've realized that Nigeria is not eligible again, okay? So if you come from a country that doesn't qualify, let's say you're from Pakistan, you're from Bangladesh, you're from Vietnam, okay? Let me get the countries list for you. All right, let me get the countries list for you in 1 second. I'll make a special video for that, but I just wanted to mention them. If you're from Brazil, if you're from Canada, if you're from China, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, Republic of Korea, which is South Korea. If you're from United Kingdom, except the Northern Ireland and its dependent territories, Venezuela, Vietnam. If you're from any of these countries, you don't qualify. But if you are married to somebody who's from a country that qualifies, you can borrow eligibility from that person, okay? So if you are somebody who is borrowing eligibility, then when you're filling the application and you get to this question where it's asking you, are you using your eligibility, country of eligibility, is it based on your country of birth? You should say no. When you say no, then you select the country that you are borrowing eligibility from. Guys, is it clear? Let's say me, I'm from Nigeria. I'm married to somebody from Kenya. I know Kenya qualifies, but me, I'm from Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't qualify. But I want to play the lotto. So what I will do is that I will apply as the principal applicant. I qualify with school. I qualify with work. I will apply as the principal applicant. Then when it comes to the question where it is asking me, are you going to use your eligibility based on the country that you were born in? I will say no, because I know my country doesn't qualify. I will say no. But and then the next question will be, then which country are you using it from? Then now I will pick my husband's country, which is Kenya. And then I will select and say that I'm borrowing eligibility from Kenya. Is that clear? So if you're a Nigerian and you're watching me and you are married to somebody from another country and Nigeria doesn't qualify, this is your way, okay? There's another option, which is if you were born in Nigeria, but then your parents were not, your parents were not resident there at that time, they were just visiting, and then you could use that to also qualify. All right, now let's go to the next item. All right. The next item is your photo. Okay, the photograph. Guys, I've shared a lot of things on this page. If you follow this page and you still send that your selfie, yeah, and they disqualify you, you deserve 10 strokes of lashes. Because I have been posting and telling you, your photo must have a white background. Your photo must be a passport photo. Still, some people are showing photos as selfie. People are showing me selfie that they did this. Hey! So upon all the stuff that I've been sharing here, you haven't seen. Please, guys. If I share the information and you are not paying attention, that one, you cannot blame anybody. I beg. I've put the dimension, the background, everything. Just look at the information, copy it, take a picture of it, go to the photo studio and show it to the photographer, please. Look at this requirement. This is what I want. Take the photo for me. And the person will do it for you. That you don't want to do. You cannot take even good selfies, but you're holding your phone doing dark lips, taking selfies. That is not passport picture. That's not how passport picture is. What you're taking is selfie. So please go and pay for somebody to do it for you, because it's obvious you cannot take it yourself. All right. So let's go to the next thing. Al-Hassan, you said you sent me an email. Okay, I'll take a look at it. The next thing is, it will ask you for your mail address. Guys, that one, it is not complicated. Don't overstress. Even if you type anything, even if it's something foolish, something silly, don't worry, it will not affect you. Back in the days when you apply for the green card lottery, they will, and when you win, they will send you a letter. Now they don't do that anymore. So don't be stressing, hey, how do I type the mail address? Please, you are overstressing yourself. Put your house number. Put your house number and call it a day. Okay? Don't overstress yourself. If you have a P.O. box, you can use P.O. box, this town, this country. Don't stress yourself. Okay? Because they are not going to send you any letter. They are not going to send you anything to inform you about anything. So that address, you can put anything there. They will not use it for anything. Okay? So don't stress about that one. The next thing is going to be, the country you live in today. At the time that you were applying the lotto, they're asking, which country do you live in right now? Where do you live at? Where do you live at right now? So if you live in a different country, it will be reasonable for you to use the same place as the mail address, right? If you're going to say that, oh, presently I live in America, and then they ask you mail address, you go and use Ghana. How is that possible? So sometimes just start learning. I know the address is no big deal, but start learning to be consistent. Start applying common sense to some of the things, right? Because if you're going to put that my mail address or postal address, you can put your house address. But here you are in Dubai. You want to put Ghana address. But then when they ask you, which country do you live in? You say you are in UAE. How is your post office address in Ghana and you live in UAE? So that's why I'm telling you that use your house address and call it a day. When they ask you the country that you live in, please put the right information there. The eligibility list that I talked to you about, please be very careful. Be very careful. If you make a mistake with that one, they will disqualify you. The eligibility. That, let me see, what was the question number? Question number 6. When you're filling the green card lottery application, question number 6, be very careful. If you're using your eligibility, let me repeat that question. If you're using the eligibility of the country that you were born in, you're a Ghanaian. If your country qualifies, you should check yes. If your country doesn't qualify for the lottery, you check no, and then you select the country that you're borrowing eligibility from. Please, that place, if you make a mistake, they will disqualify you. Because, you know, when you win the lottery, they have this thing called chargeability. It means that you are charged to one country. So, if you go and choose the wrong country, they will charge you to another country. And you must be charged to the country that you are eligible from. Okay? So just be mindful of that. Don't make that mistake. The next thing is going to be your phone number. Guys, type your phone number. Some of you, when you type your phone number, you type it as if we know where you come from. Know that although you have indicated that you were born in Ghana, please, not everybody will see that your phone number, your country code is 233. Not everybody will know that your country, the country code is 254 or 256 974. Not everybody knows. So please, when you're typing your phone number, make sure to include those numbers. If it's 233, and then you add the rest of the numbers, no space. If you're from wherever you come from, you put your country code and then your phone number. Don't just put 0243399 and then you no. How would they know that this number is for Ghana or from Gambia? You have to put your country code, okay? You don't need to put a plus sign there. You don't need to put a plus sign. Just put the numbers. 233, 254, 262, 2 whatever, 974, 971, 972, and then you add the numbers. You don't need to put the plus sign in front of anything, all right? If you are also located in America at the moment and you are eligible to apply for the lottery, you put 1 and then you add your area code and then you continue, all right? Now, the next thing is your email address. Guys, a few days ago, I posted that those of you who are still borrowing other people's email address, what should we do to you? Those of you who borrow people's email address as if you're borrowing salt, what should we do to you? Gmail address is free. It is free. You don't have to buy. One person, you can create 4 Gmail accounts. Nobody will do anything to you. They are not selling it. So please, don't go and use anybody's email address. You will regret it. The owner of the email address will keep you out when you win the lotto. If you go and use anybody's email address and you win the lotto, and this person, because they have access, and they keep you out, it is like landlord has closed the door and has kept the key around his neck. Please, create your own email address. It is free. Create your own Gmail. Go to Gmail. Go to Google. You go to Google or type gmail.com and then create a new email address. Please, those of you who are going to create a new email address, if this is what you're going to use for DV Lottery, please create a decent email address. When I say decent email address, maybe your first name, like if I'm creating an email address for myself, phyllis.ifa@gmail.com. Maybe somebody has already taken it. Phyllis Ifa, I'll put it together. phyllis.ifa@gmail.com. So if your name is, let's say Dorothy Trends, when you're writing, you can create a Gmail address that will suit your name. When you're communicating with somebody, the person will know that, oh, is this person I'm communicating with? Don't go and use sexy bobo gmail23@gmail.com, please. Because you're going to use this email address to complete your visa process. If this thing goes well, you're going to use your sexy bobo email address to do this thing. So sometimes, please, you can have the other email address, sexy 100, boss chick 101. You can have those email address for other things, but please create a decent one. You have a nice name, use your name, create a nice email address. So when somebody see the email, they know it's for you. Email address that is more professional, right? Create that, all right? Do that for yourself, okay? The next thing is your highest level of education, okay? Your highest level of education, guys, is not a complicated question. All they are asking is that the formal education that you went to, please, going to take a certificate course is not formal education. When we talk about formal education, we know that you go from primary 1 to primary 6, junior high, and then you go to senior high. And then that is formal education because it has a progression. So when you go and take this short course, a catering course, short certificate, some 3-month certificate, please, that is not formal education. So when you're filling the application, Please be mindful of that. Because some of you have been asking me, sister, I have a certificate. Where should I say, hey, we are not talking about your certificate. This is your highest level of education. You are talking about certificate. What is the level, the progression? They are talking about formal education. If I go and sit online, watch YouTube videos, study for some tests and go and take it and I have the certificate, that is not a formal education. Because it's just a short, it's a certificate. We are talking about formal education that has that progression. So if it's primary school only, you select primary school only. If it's some high school means that you were dropout. You didn't finish senior high school. Then you select high school, some high school, no diploma. Because if you drop out, that means you didn't complete. So you are not going to be a full high school. If you graduated and you have secondary school certificate, senior high school certificate, then it will be high school diploma. Okay? Those of you at A level, that will also work for you. If you went to a vocational school, you will select vocational school. If you are in a university, whether it's first year, third year, or your final year, it is some courses, some university courses. Let's say you are in a nursing training college, teacher training college. It is okay to put it under some university courses, okay? Because some of the courses that are taught in, nursing training schools, they teach the same courses in the university. The only difference is that nursing school, your time period is short. When you go to the nursing training schools, you are in school for maybe 3 years, but somebody who is going to the university might stay there for maybe 4 years, right? So you fall under some university courses, even though you are not in university. So if you are in a nursing training, teacher training, you can pick some university courses, okay? The next one is university degree. They are talking about your first degree, okay? So if you have obtained your first degree, you have completed, then you can select your first degree. It doesn't mean that you have the diploma, the degree diploma thing at home, okay? It doesn't mean that you have it at home. Some of you may have finished senior high school, but you haven't even collected your certificate. They are not saying that you should have your certificate in your hand right now. But if you have completed, then you say you have completed, all right? So some of you may have completed all your courses and have been signed off as, you know, you are eligible to graduate. I'm talking about university students. Sometimes, like in my school, before you graduate, they will have to, you know, do an audit of all of your classes and then determine that, okay, now you are eligible to graduate. Then on the day of graduation, you can apply for graduation, and then on the day of graduation, you can walk the stage, right? So some of you have completed your courses, then hey, you can put that you have a university degree, okay? Because after you are selected and you go for interview, you have your certificate by then. You have your diploma by then, right? If you are doing your master's, then you will pick some graduate courses. If you are doing, let's say, I know that there's some people, there's some kind of education after, between masters and bachelors. I've forgotten the name. It's post something. Is it post diploma or post something? It's between your first degree and master's degree. It is not master's degree, but it is higher than a bachelor's degree, somewhere between that. So for that, you probably could pick some graduate courses, okay? You can pick that. If you're also doing your master's degree, you can pick some graduate courses. And then if you have your master's degree, then you pick your master's degree. If you have hybrid, if you have if you are taking your doctoral level courses, then you will pick that. Those of you who are doing PhD, if you are a candidate and you are now, you know, you're taking your course, you haven't finished, you haven't even completed your dissertation, or you haven't graduated, then it will be some doctoral level courses. And then if you have a doctorate, then you pick doctorate, okay? All right. Let me see, somebody's asking me, please. Yes, you can, Morrison, you can apply. You can apply. It doesn't matter. It is not about your location. Because we've talked about, even on the application, they ask where you are right now, right? So the next question, so now we have 2 more questions. The next question is about your marital status. Your marital status, okay? They are asking you, are you married? What is your marital status? Please, they are not saying your relationship status. Marital status is different from relationship status, okay? I can say that I'm not single, right? But this is not where they're on government document. They don't care about your boyfriend or your girlfriend. They don't care about your fiancé. On this application, they care about marriage. Have you been married before? If you are married, you're going to select. There are 2 options for married people. First one, yes, I am married to someone who is a U.S. citizen or a U.S. permanent resident, legal permanent resident, LPR. The other choice is, yes, you are married. You click married to someone who is not. Please pay attention. One says the person that you are married to is a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident in America. The other option is says, the other option says you are married to somebody who is not. Please don't go and make mistake and pick who is instead of picking not, the one who is not a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. Just be mindful of that. Because if you pick that the person is a U.S. citizen, guess what? And later, when you win now, you want to add the person, they will say that, if the person is a U.S. citizen, you cannot add the person on this application. Say, oh, I made a mistake. They don't care. So just please be mindful of that, right? If you are divorced, you select divorce. If you are legally separated, you can select that. You don't even have to list much information about the person you are separated from, okay? But make sure that if you're going to check that box, make sure that you have the court on character, you have the court documents, okay? And then, and those of you who are single, you select unmarried. Unmarried. The word single is not on the application. Nowhere on the application does it say single. So please, let's take the word single from our head and start using unmarried instead of saying single. Because we know what single means. But it is different. Unmarried. They cannot give immigration benefits to your girlfriend. So your girlfriend who is pregnant for you is not your wife. Don't play with those words. Okay? Some of you, I remember some people have asked me, my girlfriend is pregnant. Can I include her as my spouse? I was like, you yourself. You say the person is your girlfriend. Then you're saying a spouse. You go and play games. And you will smell pepper. Alright? The next thing, the last part is the number of children. This is the reason why when some people make that mistake, they will not forgive you. They ask number of children. Okay? I will talk about the marital status and then after this one. The number of children. So if somebody says, oh, I forgot, the machine didn't allow me to put my children on the application, they are lying. Because when you type 0, it will not ask. When it asks for the number of children and you type 0, it is not going to ask for your children's name. It will not even ask for their date of birth. It will not ask for their photo. But if you say that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, then on the next page, it will ask you, okay, your child number 1. What is that child's name? What is the child's date of birth? Where is the place that the child was born? In what country? What is the gender of the child? Upload the child's photo. Then you will go to child number 2. What is that child's name? Where was the child born? What is the child's gender? What country was the child born in? Upload the child's photo. And then you go to the next one. It will do that until you finish the number of children that you put on there on the first page. On the first page, it asks you the number of children you have. So those of you who are saying that, I forgot, the system didn't allow me, please, I beg. The system didn't do anything to you. You type 0. That's why your children were not included. It didn't remove you. You type 0 because you want to lie. Because you didn't have your children's photo. You put 0 there. And now you want, you're like, oh, that thing didn't include my... Why do you think that you want the computer to go and look for your children and come and add them? Huh? Is that what you want the computer to do? So please, don't play with that part. If you don't tell the truth about your children and they catch you, they find out. In this day and age, you guys are posting your children on social media. And then, all of a sudden, you won the lottery. You want to claim that you don't have children. But everybody knows your children on Facebook. Everybody knows your children on TikTok. You have been making videos with your children. So please, don't think that you can hide information. You cannot hide them. So just be honest so that you don't have to hide anything. If you tell them, oh, I have one child. When they come to your Facebook page and they see one child there, they know you have been honest. But if you say, I don't have children, and then Facebook, oh, happy 5th birthday to my son. Happy 7th birthday to my daughter. You have forgotten that on the lottery you said you don't have a child. And I mean, even if not for anything, guys, how do you feel claiming that you don't have a child? God has given you a son. God has given you a daughter. And then you go in an application and say you don't have a child. What are you trying to say? Just be honest. Go and get your child's photo. Your children, put them in a car. You yourself, go to the photo studio, do a photo shoot for all of you. Passport photo, please. I didn't say full picture. Make sure the photo, your child, any of your children, their photos, make sure they comply with the requirements. It's not just only you that must have a white background. Your children too. So if their photos don't meet the requirement and even you get selected, they will refuse the visa. So please, make sure. My dad, I have put that information on this page already. Please, on this page, it is on here. So please just look on this page. You will find, I've put the photo dimension and everything on here, okay? So please, just do the right thing. And also, your marital status. If you are married, please be honest and state that you are married to somebody, whether the person is an American citizen or in America has a green card, or the person is not an American citizen. They are not saying that you are bringing your wife. They are not saying that you are bringing your husband. They are saying that tell us. That is all. Guys, when you're filling the green card lottery application, they want you to be honest and tell them. They are not saying that, hey, because you have put your wife on it, when you're coming to America, you must bring your wife. Or because you have put your husband on it, when you're coming to America, you must bring them. I remember one lady was asking me, sister, please, I have 4 children. I know plane ticket is expensive. So I might not be able to afford to bring all of my children to America. So do I have to put them on the application? And I told her, yes. You should put your children on the application. When you win, you can make that decision. We cannot afford for all of us to go. Nobody will do anything against you. They will not refuse your visa because you cannot afford to take all of your children. I haven't seen that before. But if you don't be honest on the application. If you include somebody's children, you can be refused. All of you. Somebody's children who is not your own, because you have seen that, oh, it's America, so let's gather all the family members and take them there. You could be refused. If you don't mention your children too, you could also be refused. Children who are under the age of 21 and unmarried. Guys, if you have a child, a son or a daughter, who is at the age of, say, 20, 19, and you feel that, hey, but they say 21-year-old cannot, be eligible. There is a formula that the consul officer can use to treat your child as if your child is younger than 21. So if you apply for the lottery and your child is under 21, but will be 21 soon, don't say that, oh, by the time they announce the winners, then my child is already 21. No, still include the child on the application. Because when you win, they could, I'm saying they could, it doesn't mean that they will. They could treat your child as if your child is under 21, even if the child, at the time you go for the interview, maybe the child is now 21. They could still treat the child as if the child is younger than 21. So don't say, oh, because my daughter is going to turn 21 in January, so what is the point? No, add that daughter, because maybe when you win, they could treat that daughter as if the daughter is under 21. All right? So, guys, these are some of the things that I wanted. This is the total rundown of the green card lottery registration. Just make sure you're following the rules. These are just the things that you're supposed to follow, okay? Hamsek, you're asking the application that is used to check if your passport photo is accurate. Right after this live video, I will post it, okay? Yeah, I know last time I said I would post it. I will post it right after this live video, okay? So that those of you who are trying to see if your photo is, the correct size. Guys, I think, was it this morning or yesterday, somebody sent me an email. I just laughed, and I think he also laughed. When you go to upload your photo in that application to crop your photo, and it has red, it says, reg has the red X on it. Please read what it says on it. Sometimes it says your photo does not need any more cropping. So whenever you see the red thing, it doesn't always mean that it is bad. You have to read what it says. If it says does not need any cropping, it means that your photo is perfect. You don't need to size it again. The size is okay. That is what the application is telling you. So when you upload your photo on that the photo editor, and there's a red box around it, read what it says on the screen. If it says this photo does not require any more cropping, the size is 600 by 600 pixel. Please, it says 600 by 600. Please don't panic. It is telling you that your size is perfect. You don't need to cut or adjust anything. Please be mindful of over editing your photo. I know somebody sent me a photo, and the person, so imagine that this is the frame that I'm in taking my passport photo. You can see that I'm right in the middle, based on the side like this. I'm right in the middle of the camera frame, right? But this person was on the side, took the picture like this, right? So now half of the shoulder is gone. Then they use this application to shift them here, and you can see that part of their shoulder here is missing. Please go and take the picture proper, please. All right? And I remember, so somebody brought something to my attention. The person was saying that I said, if you take your foolish photo, right? I use the word foolish. Guys, let me just correct something for you guys. When I say foolish, I hope that you don't get offended, all right? When I use the word foolish, the way I use it, I know everybody have their, there's the correct meaning of foolish, but the way I use it is when you are doing a fraudulent application, I don't want to use the word. That's why I say foolish, right? And then when it comes to photo, when I say your photo is foolish, it means that the photo is not good. It is not good. It is going to be rejected. You will get disqualified for that photo. Go and do another one. So when I say foolish, I'm not saying that you, the person, you are foolish. No, I just wanted to address this. I'm just saying that the photo that you're showing is not good. But the word that I use is foolish. When I say that, some people, if you have an application that is foolish application, and please, when I say foolish in regards to an application, what I mean is that the application looks suspect. It looks like you are trying to scam. It looks like you are trying to defraud. They will catch you. So I don't use those words, scam or fraud, because I know immigration all the time, that is the word they want to attach to it. So that's why I use the word foolish. So when I say when you have your foolish application, and no, I'm trying to tell you that the application looks suspicious. It looks fraudulent. It looks like you're trying to conjure some things, manufacture some things there. That is when I use foolish. But when I use foolish for your photo, I'm telling you that your photo is not good. So I hope that that explanation. So you will keep hearing me say this. So whenever you hear me say foolish application, know what I'm talking about. I don't want to use the word fraud or scam. That's why I use foolish application. Okay? So I tell people, if you have your foolish application, don't contact me. I'm just telling you that if your application looks like you're trying to commit fraud, you're committing a scam, trying to scam the system, trying to defraud the system, please don't involve me. That is why I use the word foolish, because I don't want to keep repeating that word here. All right? Tremendous, you're asking how much is the amount for the registration? Please, it is free. It is free. Free. Hamsik, please, I want to know the app they used to check if your passport picture is accurate. I will share it with you, all right? I will share it on the page right after the live video. Yeah. Let's see. Papa Busty said, when registering for the lottery, I didn't add my wife and children, same as not adding them when filling the form. So my question now is, when I go to my interview, they ask me if I have can I say yes? Hey, please, this is roadside though. I'm not going to say anything. What you did was wrong. And you want me, I don't want to say either. You see this foolish, the foolish word that I was saying, this foolish that I was saying, this is what you're trying to do. Me, this is roadside. I'm telling you, I don't want to say anything. If they find out, they are going to disqualify you. You were supposed to include your wife. You were supposed to include your children, and you didn't include them. Now you are here on social media talking your matter. Me, I'm not going to say anything. Delete that comment. I beg. So guys, do the right thing. There are a lot of people who make mistakes, and then after you win, you run into problems. Now you're trying to fix the mistake. They tell you specifically, if you don't include your wife, you are going to be disqualified. It doesn't matter your explanation. Whether your wife was in coma, they don't care. Whether your children were somewhere sitting on the tree and you couldn't get them to come down so that you can take their passport photo, they don't care. That's why I've been making these many videos, trying to make sure that you understand the implications. This form, when you're sitting there and you're typing and you're like, oh, this thing, I'm going to go to America and this thing. Be careful about the information you're typing there. I've given you the most important things. The ones that I've told you, you don't have to worry about, like your mail address. Please, that one, I've told you, don't stress about it. Postal, when they ask you this, zip code or post, just check does not apply, right? And don't stress yourself. But there are some things that can disqualify you. Not listing your husband or your wife. Not listing your husband or your wife can disqualify you. Listing somebody who is not your wife or your husband as your wife or your husband. Me, I'm not married, and then I go and list my boyfriend as my husband. They could disqualify you for that. Me, I'm not married. I have a fiancé. Then I go and list that I am married. They could disqualify you for that. Listing somebody's children as your own when you have not legally adopted them. Children that you own, you have no claim to, legal claim to. You have no legal claim. You have not adopted that child. They are not your stepchildren. And then somebody's children, your sister's children, your brother's children, your auntie's children, you will include them on your application. If they catch you, they will disqualify you. If they think that the children that you're claiming are not yours, they will refuse the visa. So be mindful of that. And if you have children and you don't mention those children too, and they catch you, they will disqualify you for that. If you choose the wrong country of eligibility, that one is automatic. It is not they could. They will disqualify you. If you choose the wrong country, you are from Ghana, you go and make mistake, your fingers go, and then you go and pick Germany. Hey, that one, they don't care. Whether it was a mistake, it is like, it was a mistake. We all understand it was a mistake, but they don't care. Because if they want to make excuses, then everybody will say that theirs too is a mistake. They cannot just favor you and let the others who made mistake also suffer. All right? So please, when you're filling the application, just be mindful, be truthful, be honest on the application. When you enter America and you want to help your nephews, your nieces, and whoever you want to help in your family, at least you are here. You'll be able to help that person. Whatever way that you want to go through. But at least you yourself will be here. If you get too greedy, the opportunity will be taken from you and your family. Just be mindful of that. If because you and your wife has fought, you and your husband have fought, so all of a sudden you're feeling the lottery, you're like, I'm not going to include him here. Hey, that's not how it works. So the person doesn't cease from being your husband because you fought. By law, they are still your husband. By law, they are still your wife. So you must declare that. Those of you who are in common law marriages, please, you can go ahead and declare you're married. Fresh Kojo, he said, same question for your children in case your wife was pregnant during the filling the form. Fresh, let me ask you, if somebody is pregnant and they haven't delivered, do they count the child? So don't include that child. The child has not been born yet. Why do you want to include that child? Will you get the baby's face photo? Will you be able to get passport photo of the unborn child? If you cannot, then that's your answer. Okay? After you win the lotto, you can include the new baby. But now that you are filling the application, next week when you're filling, next 2 weeks, next 3 weeks, when you're filling the application, the baby is not born yet, still in the stomach, don't count that baby. Because any baby that you count, they want a photo of that baby. But after you win the lotto, and if you get married after you win the lotto, or if you get married after the registration, you will be able to include the wife later. You'll be able to include the husband later. If you have a baby after the registration, you'll be able to include that baby. So why are you even rushing? Why are you even trying to bother an unborn baby? You are stressing the baby already. The baby hasn't come out yet, and you are stressing. The baby is even stressing about passport photo. I beg, let the baby rest now, right? Let the baby rest. After you win, when the baby is born, you can now include the baby. It is fine. You can include the baby. Perfectly fine. Those of you who are cohabitating with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, if you really want to get married, if it's fresh, just go and register. If you can register, go and register and get your certificate that you are married. If you want to be married before you apply, then go and get your certificate and be done, right? Because if you say you've done it, we've done the traditional marriage, but we need a document that you're saying with your mouth. When you go for the interview, they are not going to use the words of your mouth alone. They need document, evidence, paper. Show them. So those of you who have done the traditional marriage, please go to the marriage registry, go and register and get the document. Okay? So that you will use that and you apply as married person. If you don't have married information, you are not married. And we'll be married. We have our wedding coming in December. Please, the application in October to early November. It is not December. They are not talking about your future plans. Yeah. And in next 2 years, me too, I'll be a millionaire. Does it mean that now I'm a millionaire? In next 2 years, I'll be tall. Doesn't mean that right now I'm tall. They are not talking about your future plans. They are talking about right now. In 2 years' time, my hair will be very long. Does it mean that right now, when they are talking about people with long hair, I should go and join them? No. So those of you who have future plans, we will be getting married on November 17th. Well, the DV lottery closes before then. So you will still apply as unmarried. Unmarried. Please. Just be mindful of that, okay? Atoba Jerry said, but what if you don't want to add your wife and children for now? Well, when you get selected, they will disqualify you for you choosing. It is not about what you want. They are asking you to do it and you're saying, if I don't want to. If you don't want to, they will not want to give you their visa, right? They've given you the rules, just follow it. It is not a suggestion. They are not giving you a suggestion that go and sit down and decide what is, what you want to do. No, they have given you the instructions. Do this. If you are married, mention your spouse's name. If you have children, mention your children on the application. If you decide to do otherwise, they will disqualify you. So follow the rules, okay? Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining in. Hi, Owusu. Hi, Ben. Hi, Six. I'm doing well. Hi, Amos. How are you? He said I'll be doing the most. I mean, you know me now. I mean, you know me now. I'll be doing the mostest, right? Hi, I'm Pofu. How are you? But guys, this is all the rundown. So those of you who just joined, after the live video, I'm going to post it, and then you can watch, like everything else. Okay? But guys, thank you so much for your time. Please share the live video. I don't know, like it looks like some people wanted to come on. Did you guys want to come on? Opana Solomon. Let me bring you on. But guys, please know that when you come on, I'm not going to take down the video. So please make sure that you look presentable the way you want to be shown to the world, okay? I'm not going to delete any video. I'm not going to pull that. So, Open Amos, I'm bringing you on since you to come on.